Mayor, to this important announcement. We need to mark our successes and our progress. And as we mark another important milestone for Highway 413, after we were here with Premier Ford earlier this summer to announce the beginning of construction, I'm delighted to be here alongside Minister Sarkaria to mark additional progress. Our government continues to push forward with the construction of the critical infrastructure that families, workers, and businesses across our community rely on. Highway 413 is a key part of that work. This means reducing gridlock, shortening commute times, and keeping people and goods moving across Halton, Peel, York, and of course right here in Dufferin-Caledon. Today is an exciting step forward, bringing us even closer to building this much-needed highway. This progress reflects our government's bold action to deliver the transportation network Ontario needs now and for generations to come. It is, of course, my pleasure to welcome Minister Sarkaria to share some exciting news. Thank you. Stay well.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Minister Jones, for the kind introduction. It's great to be here with the Deputy Premier in her riding. I'm also joined by my parliamentary assistant, Hardeep Grewal, MPP for Brampton West, Amarjot Sandhu, Minister McGregor, Mayor Annette Groves, thank you as well for being here. Nadia from the RCCAO, Stephanie Bellato, Jason Audi from LiUNA, who are going to help us build the 413, and Stephen Crombie of Orba. All of these people have played such an integral part of the 413 journey. And I also would be remiss if I didn't thank my team at MTO, who is here today, Malvika and her entire team behind this project as well. Today's a very, very exciting day, and under the leadership of Premier Ford, we have such a strong team, a team that's focused on building Ontario and protecting our economy. And to protect our strong economy, we need a strong transportation network. And at a time when President Trump is taking direct aim at our economy, our government is doubling down on our plan to protect workers and jobs. Our plan is making Ontario more competitive, more resilient, and more self-reliant. And it's putting more money back in people's pockets. That's why we've removed tolls on highways 412, 418, and the 407 East, and permanently banned tolls on provincially owned highways. It's why we scrapped license plate stickers and cut the gas tax in half. But when gridlock costs our economy $56 billion per year, we have to think big. And that means building big projects like the Bradford Bypass, the 401 Tunnel Expressway, and what we're excited to announce today, Highway 413. Minister Jones, the MPPs from Brampton, Peel Region, York Region, Halton Region know firsthand how important it is for this highway in our rapidly growing communities. That's why today I'm thrilled to announce that our government is issuing a request for proposal to design a major extension of the 410 that will connect directly to the future Highway 413. This extension will be about 9 kilometers long. It will start at Highway 410 at Countryside Drive and run north to Highway 413 and continue from Highway 413 west to Highway 10. When it's finished, drivers will have a direct link between Highway 410 and Highway 413, cutting travel times and relieving gridlock on local roads. After 15 years of Liberal inaction, our 400 series highways are at capacity. And it's clear we need a new highway to connect to 400, 427, 410, and 401. This will save drivers up to 30 minutes per trip and better connect the regions of Halton, Peel, and York. Construction of this highway will also support more than 6,000 jobs per year and contribute more than $1 billion to Ontario's economy. And for those following this project, you will know the work has already started. Shovels are in the ground, and we're getting it done. It's part of our $30 billion plan to build, repair our highways across the province, to attract investment, keep drivers and goods moving, and to protect Ontario. With that said, I will now turn it over to Mayor Groves. Thank you very much.
Good morning, and thank you, Minister Sarkaria. I'm Annette Groves, and I'm the Mayor of the town of Caledon. I would like to thank Premier Doug Ford and Minister Sarkaria for this announcement today. The Highway 413 corridor will be a big help for our villages by supporting the extension of Highway 410 and easing traffic congestion on Highway 10, Caledon Village, and Valleywood. It will also spur the extension of Highway 427 and reduce the number of heavy trucks traveling on Highway 50. And if any of you travel Highway 50, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. This transportation project will provide much-needed capacity and better connections throughout Caledon. It will support the growth we're planning while helping to keep the unique character and vibrant spirit of our community intact. This announcement marks a key step for the town towards achieving its goal and vision, and town staff will make every effort to support and work in partnership with the province to ensure the successful delivery of Highway 413 and mitigate any impacts to Caledon. Thank you, and it's with pleasure I introduce MPP Sandhu.
Good morning, everyone. I'm pleased to join you all here today. As our government continues to move forward with one of the most important infrastructure projects in our region, the Highway 413. And I would like to begin by thanking Premier Ford and the Minister of Transportation, Prabmeet Sarkaria, for their continued leadership and commitment in building roads, highways, and the critical infrastructure that our families rely on. And today's announcement marks a major milestone as we move ahead with the procurement stage for the key construction work. Our government is accelerating the Highway 413 project that will help reduce the gridlock and support economic growth. And it feels like yesterday when I stood in the House in 2019 and introduced the motion calling on the government to immediately resume the environmental assessment of Highway 413. And at that moment, I knew exactly how people of Peel, Halton, and York desperately need Highway 413 that will reduce gridlock. And that was taking time away from family, the gridlock that was taking time away from the family and limiting economic growth. And this highway will not only, as Minister Sarkaria highlighted, will create over 6,000 new jobs. It will significantly boost the provincial GDP, and it will also attract new businesses in the region. So I'm glad that we have come so far. Thank you, Minister Sarkaria, and I look forward to seeing how this highway will transform and how the people of Peel region will benefit from this highway. Thank you so much. Over to Minister McGregor.
Thank you, and good morning. My name is Graham McGregor. It's great to be here with so many colleagues. I represent the riding just south of Caledon, Brampton North. We got a large chunk of the 410 that goes through the riding, all the way from Beauvais Drive all the way up to Mayfield. And the 413 was already a home run for the city of Brampton, frankly, for our residents. It feels like sometimes in the Northwest GTA, I'll say, because we're in Caledon here today too, that everybody in the world seems to get nice things, and we've felt historically like we don't always get these nice things. And you see bypass highways in communities around Ontario. All of a sudden we had a bypass highway proposed to go around Brampton, and everybody had a problem with it. But I'd say imagine if we listened to those naysayers and we didn't invest in new road construction, new highway construction. Frankly, there are politicians that are in office today that don't even believe in building new roads across Ontario. They hide behind academic buzzwords like induced demand. And if we listened to those critics, we would never be hitting this milestone here today. I want to thank the Minister for his leadership and all my colleagues, frankly, for their leadership in making this happen. MPP Sandhu for his initial motion on the environmental assessment, Hardeep Grewal for the work as a parliamentary assistant to transportation. And as I said, this is a home run. The Highway 413 is a home run for Brampton, point, period, blank, full stop. But by connecting the 410, a 400 series highway all up to the 413, I think we really hit a grand slam here. So I thank the Minister for his leadership. So excited to get this moving. And I think anybody that drove here on the 410 here today should be very excited about it as well, because you see exactly what we mean. Thank you, and it's my pleasure to turn it over to my brother, my colleague, MPP Hardeep Graywall. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister McGregor. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you all today on this exciting announcement for this new RFP for Highway 410's expansion. This 9-kilometer expansion and connection to Highway 413 is going to be huge for residents of Peel, Halton, and York. And I want to thank the leadership of our Minister of Transportation, Prabmeet Sarkaria, and Premier Doug Ford for embarking and starting this amazing project for all these residents here across the region. It's going to save us 30 minutes each way across Highway 413. And if you're a Brampton resident, you know how much that 410 expansion means, and especially if you're a Caledon resident as well, improving connectivity across our province. It's with projects like this that we're able to expand Ontario, add to our GDP, create new well-paying jobs, and ensure that all of our residents are connected, whether that be through highways and transit. And it's our government that's embarking on that massive investment that this province has never seen before. We see time and time again over the last 15 years, the Liberals invested absolutely nothing into our transit and into our infrastructure across our highway network. And it's with this leadership, with this Minister of Transportation and our Premier of Ontario, that we're getting things done and moving things forward. And you can see from the excitement that we have when these projects are moving forward and how they resonate in our communities. And we want to say thank you, everyone, for their support in supporting us in building this new project. And I want to thank all of my colleagues as well as Mayor Groves. It's great to be here with you all today. Thank you.
We'll now open the floor for questions. Media, if you have a question, please line up at the mic, state your name and outlet, and a reminder, the format is one question, one follow-up.
Good morning, Riley Murphy with the Caledon Citizen. And as it was noted, anyone who lives in Caledon knows that they're experiencing trucking issues almost every single day, especially here on Highway 10 and the 410. What are some kind of tangible steps that residents will begin to see when it comes to mitigating these issues with the extension?
Thank you, and I'm happy to pass it to my colleagues as well if they want to comment on this. The first point I'd like to say is we've significantly increased enforcement along both the Highway 10 corridor and Highway 50 corridor. We've done targeted blitzes on both of those roads. As of last month, we had carried out 94,000 inspections through our transportation officers, enforcement officers. That's a 45% increase from the year before. And so you'll see whether on Highway 10 or on Highway 50, we have significantly more enforcement on our roads. Now, with respect to the 410 extension, if you look exactly where it is, one of the key areas that I've heard from many of the local residents, the mayor and the deputy premier, has been around that Highway 10 stretch. What you can see, and if you zoom into the map, you will see that the 410, where it winds around a neighborhood which is known as Valleywood, will now directly take you to the east of that section and avoid a lot of traffic going into some of the areas where there is higher residential density. And so what this will do is effectively create another way for people that are traveling along Highway 10 to get to the 413 and connect to different parts of Caledon in a safer way and helping alleviate that pressure. If you also look on the Highway 50 side, you'll see that the 427 extension is also a part of our plan on the 413. As Mayor Groves remarked in her comments, that will also significantly help alleviate truck traffic on that element as well. So this project is so vital not only for our businesses, but also from the perspective of just continuing to build and keep up with the population growth that has happened in these regions of Peel, York, and Halton. So I'm not sure if anybody else wanted to just comment on that at all. Or...
Good morning. Martin Traynor, CBC News. This is for Minister Sarkaria. When Metrolinx was building the Finch LRT, transit riders were promised speeds that were way faster than what's been delivered. So why is that, and what is Metrolinx willing to do to speed this up?
So there's a couple of things. The first part of that question is operational control now lies with the TTC. So when we talk about signaling priority, one of the things that we've noticed is, for example, the green light for the LRVs is shorter for the LRT than it is for vehicular traffic. Whether you look at signal priority on the actual LRV, those are two easy steps that could be used to speed up the speed of the train that lies with the officials of the city and the transportation planning departments there. So I've been encouraged by what I've heard from their teams on that. The third part of that equation is the element of just learning the system. The speeds will increase as people as the drivers, as the system continues to get used more, which happens with almost every transit system. So we will continue to see the speed increase on the LRT as we get more experienced on it, the drivers get more experienced on it, the operators of it are more experienced on it. But ultimately, the two things that the city could do right now is give it signal priority, as well as look at the traffic alignment through the green lights and give it priority as well. Those are two things that could significantly improve the speed of the LRT.
Thank you.
This announcement is concluded. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.